Welcome back, superheroes. It's Miss Silence, and today we're stepping into a Black History Month moment that deserves your full attention. So let's settle in together and get into today's message. Black History Month is a time to honor the storytellers, the innovators, and the voices who shaped our culture long before the world gave them their flowers. And today, I want to celebrate a piece of Black animation history that still hits the heart. The 1992 film Bebe's Kids. Now, if you grew up in the 90s, you already know Bebe's Kids wasn't just a cartoon. It was a cultural moment. Comedy, commentary, and community all wrapped up into one. And to understand why it mattered, we have to go back to where it all began. Before Bebe's Kids ever hit the screen, it lived on stage. Robin Harris, a legend in Black comedy, created these characters through storytelling that felt so real, so familiar, that audiences instantly saw themselves, their cousins, the neighborhood children in every joke. His bit became iconic and Hollywood noticed. Studios saw something powerful, a chance to bring Black characters, Black humor, and Black family dynamics into animation, something almost unheard of at the time. But just as the idea was gaining momentum, tragedy struck. Robin Harris passed away 2 years before the film was released. His voice, his presence, his brilliance, gone far too soon. And the studio had a choice to make: let the project fade or honor the man who inspired it. They chose to honor him. Director Bruce W. Smith and the creative team stepped into uncharted territory. A major animated film centered on Black characters in the early 90s? That was bold. That was groundbreaking. That was necessary. They built a team, shaped a script, and created an animated world that carried Robin's spirit in every frame. And here's where the spiritual truth comes in. Sometimes a person's physical body leaves, but their purpose, their energy, their imprint, it just keeps moving through the world. Robin's essence didn't disappear, it shifted. The team felt it too. They honored that, and they carried that. So as the team moved forward, they faced a powerful question. Who on earth could carry Robin's voice without trying to replace his presence? Well, we all know Robin's style wasn't just comedic. It was rhythmic, it was soulful, it was rooted in lived experiences. So they decided they needed someone who understood the spirit behind the jokes, not just the sound of them. And that, my dear superheroes, is when Faison Love entered the conversation. See, at that time, Faison was a young comedian with a deep appreciation for Robin Harris's work. He wasn't the biggest name in the room, but he had something more important: authenticity, timing, and a genuine connection to Robin's comedic lineage. During the audition process, Faison didn't just try to do a voice, and he definitely didn't just mimic it, and he didn't over-exaggerate it. He tapped into Robin's cadence, that warm storytelling rhythm that made audiences feel like they were sitting right there in the club with him. And when the team heard him, wow, did they feel him. They was just like, this is not an imitation. This is definitely a continuation. Faison Love was selected because he honored Robin Harris from the inside out. He carried that emotional weight of the role, and he respected the legacy. The man understood that this wasn't just a character. It was a tribute to a man who shaped Black comedy. And that's why his performance still resonates today. It's layered with love, responsibility, and cultural memory. It's layered with spirit, the kind you can't see but you can feel. And of course, once Faison stepped into that role, the heart of the film came right into focus, especially when we look at the children themselves. The children. Now, let's reframe the narrative of them, because people love to label them as bad, wild, or even bullies. But as I've said before, environments, anywhere, it builds character. These kids weren't created to be villains. They were created to be understood. The film used humor to reveal something deeper. The context, resilience, and the survival. It showed children navigating a world that didn't always make space for them and still finding ways to be loud, expressive, and unforgettable. And spiritually speaking, children like that often carry a fire that the world doesn't know how to hold. A light people try to dim just because they don't understand it. A purpose that shows up early, even in the midst of chaos. And that's why this film still matters. So during Black History Month, I honor Robin Harris, a storyteller whose voice still echoes. I honor Faison Love for carrying the torch with integrity. And I honor the production team who believed that Black stories deserved to be animated, celebrated, and remembered. This month, we celebrate the stories that shaped us and the storytellers who left us too soon but still speak there through the culture they created. Because spirit doesn't disappear, it continues, it evolves, it rises just like we do. Just like we do.